Hello everybody, it's me Todd. What you see before you is my motorized KU dish, which is currently aimed at the PBS sat at 125 West. I put in this dish about 8 months ago, and now I installed a second one, a C-band dish, 4 foot, and I even found a way to anchor it. Several things to note. This dish is not aimed properly, and well, this is what is known as a prime focused C-band dish, meaning that the L&B has to be precisionally aligned with the reflector in order to work properly. And I have not yet achieved that. So, as you can see, there is snow on the ground. It is too cold out here. So, sometime in the next few weeks, I will re-aim this dish. It's not even pointing in the right direction. It should be pointing in that direction. There is a bit of a problem. I'm wanting to aim at 58 West, Intelsat 21, but that falls. See those two sets of branches up there? Yeah, that's where it's at in the sky. So, I may have to move the dish. I'm protecting the L&B. Okay, so I went inside because it's very cold outside right now. It's like 7 or 8 degrees or something like that. It's not, I guess it's not as cold as it could be, but it's also not very warm. So essentially, I want to aim at Intelsat 21 at 58 degrees west with my C-band dish, which is outside. But unfortunately, the alignment with that satellite places it between two portions of that tree out in, well, it's not in my yard, it's in someone else's yard. And I mean, during the wintertime, like it is right now, it would probably work out okay. But I think what I want to do is probably relocate the dish somewhere a little further north in my yard, further into my driveway, somewhere where the tree is not affecting the reception in any way. And of course, I'm thinking about the summertime months. You know, when the foliage is fully grown. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And it's wintertime. It's December 29th today of 2017. And so, yeah, I may have to move the C-band dish. C-band is a lot different than KU band. This is an offsetting KU band dish. This is one of my 90 centimeter KU band dishes. I've got a grand total of 3 of these. Well, 2 of the Geosat Pros, and one is a much older dish that I have had for a long time. But this is one I bought about 9 or 10 months ago. I just haven't ever deployed it yet because I've been trying to decide on, number one, which satellite to aim at, and number two, where to place this dish in my yard. And so I've come to the determination that I want to get Hispasat at 30 degrees west, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use this dish. I'm going to switch out this LNB from a 2 to a 4. It'll be very similar to this, but it'll have 4 outputs rather than the 2. So this is an offset dish, meaning that it is not a prime focus, meaning that the signals arriving here, but also up here, are not going to a center point near the dead center directly above. Instead, the dish is tilting all of the energy in a offsetting direction to the LNB, which is actually below the center spot. So this is an offsetting dish. This is a pretty typical, pretty standard KU band dish. This is a 90 centimeter. KU band dishes can be as small as 76 or 60 inch to the size of Dish Network and DirecTV. But this is a 90 centimeter. There's also 120 centimeter KU dishes, and there are 180 centimeter KU band dishes. I like 90 centimeter because, number one, it can basically be pointed at any KU band satellite and receive very faithful reception from it. Another thing I like about it is that it's offset. It's not prime focus. There are some KU dishes that are prime focus. I would steer clear of those because the prime focused satellite dishes in either C-band or KU are very hard to align. They're very difficult. And it's one of the problems I'm having with my 4-foot C-band dish. The small size of the 4-foot C-band dish means that the prime focus of the LNB being directly over the center, the dead center of the dish, means that all of the energy picked up is arriving at a central point directly above the dish. But that central point has to be precisionally calculated because every dish is different. With an offset dish, it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier with an offset. The LNB has the ability to move back and forward, backward and forward, and can tilt for a skew. Well, a C-band dish is slightly different in that not only does the backward and forward matter very much, but the actual position over the center spot has to be perfect. It has to match up and be precisionally perfect. If you do not match it up perfectly with a C-band dish, you will get nothing. And with a 4-foot C-band dish, you're really going to get nothing. So the alignment has to be even more perfect with a 4-footer than it does with a 6 or an 8 or a 10 or a 12-footer. Okay, so that's my dilemma with my C-band dish. I'm going to wait a couple weeks, go back out there, and I'm going to try to get it installed properly. For now, I hope that gives you an idea.